What is up, my beautiful weirdos? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are bringing sexy back. Yup. Okay, sorry, I wanted to sit down. This spell, this ritual is for embracing your inner goddess because I feel a huge shift in the universe where we are literally rising. The divine feminine energy is rising. We are getting more comfortable showing off our bodies. We are getting more comfortable being ourselves. We are getting more comfortable owning our sexuality. Sexuality is not a bad thing. That is just shit that is suppressed that masculine energy did, right? Because feminine energy is wild, it's raw, and it can't be tamed. Because of that reason, people get scared. Emotions scare people. Sexuality, sex scares people. So this video is for embracing that part of you. It is for embracing that raw feminine energy within you and bringing that inner goddess out of you, embracing your own inner goddess. It is not for manifesting in some confidence from somewhere else. It is about manifesting the confidence that's already inside of you and birthing it and bringing it back. Because we've lost so much, we've already went through like a detox, you could say, because to bring shit in, you have to make space. We've already made space. Most of us have, I'm pretty sure. If you've went through a lot of hell this winter, if you've had to do a lot of releasing, letting go, getting vulnerable, then this is the perfect freaking time to do this, to embrace that inner confidence within again. Be comfortable in your body. Own those hips. Own those stretch marks, own those curves, girl. Like, we are really embracing our full embodiment of our feminine energy, our sacredness within. That is what this video is for. Because you guys, we've been through hell this winter. Comment down below if you've been through hell this winter. We have experienced all of the places where we're lacking. We have had to clean up our wreckages from the past. We have had to dive deep into the depths of our soul, do mass ass shadow work, and we've just had a rough effing time, okay? So that is why this is the perfect time to do this spell. Not to mention, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. The Leo full moon is right around the corner. Venus is in Aries. Like, this is literally energetically, astrologically, and universally the best time to do this spell. And I've wanted to share this with you guys for a while, but we do get deep in this video and talk about sex and stuff like that. So if that kind of stuff makes you uncomfortable, if you're not into spells, if you're not into rituals, then this is not the video for you. Come back and see me in my next video, okay? Also, we are working with the divine feminine energy here. We are working with raw feminine energy that we all have within us. So dudes can do this too, but you have to really like be in tune with your feminine energy to really pull out that raw feminine creation energy. So, but you can try it either way. It's all good, girl. Make it your own. That is the purpose of this. I'm just giving you the foundations and ideas of what you can do with your spell and with your ritual, but you do have to make it your own and put your own energy signature on it, because that is what is going to give it the most power. Also, if you do this, make sure to tag me on social media, you guys. Tag me on Instagram, Twitter, email me, message me. I don't care. I want to see your guys' creations because I cannot wait to see what you guys do for this spell and what you come up with and how you put your own energetic signature and your own energetic twist on it. Man, it's gonna be beautiful. So let's own that feminine energy. You damn right, I'm amping your ass up right now. So get your notebooks out, get your pens out so you can take notes, so you can get ideas while you're listening to this video and write down just the foundational structure of the spell and the ritual. I'm gonna go step by step and explain everything in full detail so you guys know what the hell to do and what's going on. I really try to make it as simplified as possible, give you alternatives, give you ideas, and all of that. Okay, so make sure that you're writing it down, make sure that you tag me, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I did film this intro afterwards, so I'm gonna look a little bit different, but yeah, I love you. Let go. The first thing that you are going to need is a piece of paper and a pen or a marker. For this, it really doesn't matter, girl, whatever you want. And that's the thing, like, I'm gonna go over what I do for this, but if you feel called to do something different, do it, because this is yours. You have to put your own energy signature on it. If you're not feeling it, if you're just like mixing shit up and not even feeling it, then it's going to come out and not be as powerful. You have to put your own energetic signature on this. So basically sub out whatever you want, mix it up however you want, add your own twist on it. This is just to basically give you some foundational ideas, and then you can use your own creativity, use your own feminine energy. So you will need a pen and paper. The next tool that you will need, ooh, sorry girl, my stretch marks are just all over the place, all up in your face. If only I had boobs, I could shimmy, but we're loving them. Okay, so anyways, so the next thing that you need is a jar, just an empty jar. You can use a smaller jar. These are just the only jars I have. If you need to go get a jar, I know like jars normally can be super expensive. You can get single jars and big packs of jars from like the dollar store. That is where I usually get mine. Like a single jar is usually just $1, super freaking cheap. Look, literally $1 from Family Dollar, and there you go, you got your jar. But I know like some people live on a budget. I was like a broke ass bitch most of my life. So it happens, it's all cool. So if that's the case, you can use a little bag like this, but it will be a little bit harder. You will have to tweak quite a few things in this ritual if you are going to be using a bag, but you want to use something that closes, and that's why a glass jar is the best thing. It holds the energy the best. And yeah, so the next thing that you need is some rose petals. Okay, so you can get these from your local weirdo shop. That's what I call them because I'm a weirdo too, but you can get these from your local crystal shops, whatever. And look, literally these were $2.50. Super, super cheap. But if you don't have rose petals, it's not that serious. Like I said, your energy is what matters most in this. So don't freak out. So the next thing that you're going to need is some candles. You can either have candles like this. Okay, these are super cheap. These are the candles I usually use, or you can have a big ass candle. I'll probably be using all of them because you know what? The more the better, okay? And also, you wanna try to use red, white, or pink preferably, okay? So you wanna try to use red, white, or pink. I don't have any pink tea light candles. I just have red and white. That smells so freaking good. The next thing that you're going to need is cinnamon, okay? And now we all normally have cinnamon, so that's a very easy step. I personally am an herb kind of girl. I have a whole freaking thing full of herbs. So if you do have more herbs that you want to use, it's very easy to look up what certain herbs are associated with. I'm going to show you a few of the herbs that I'll probably be using in my own ritual, in my own jar, so you can really see and get ideas for what kind of herbs you can use, okay? But even if you just have rose petals and cinnamon, or just rose petals, that is fine too. Like I keep saying, it's your energy that matters most, okay? So another thing that you can use but isn't necessary is moon water, okay? So I will probably be using some from my Aries full moon water from last year, just because of the sign of Aries is associated with fire. I am looking for a sexy, like attractive, like a sex appeal type of confidence. Like I walk into the room, bitch, and you know I'm there because I'm exuding that freaking energy, okay? I'm just feeling that way because of the Leo full moon that's coming, and this Leo full moon is a fire sign, so that is a huge reason I'm using the Aries full moon water. But any moon water will work if you have moon water. If you don't, you can get a separate jar, not the one that you're using for this spell, but you can get another jar. You can pour it with water and set it out in the moonlight for this full moon that is happening on the 9th, okay? So this is the biggest part that you want to add to put your personal touch on it, okay? So you want to add personal items that mean something to you. You don't have to add a bunch, just 1 or 2, maybe 3 personal items that really mean something to you to manifest in. Because of the balance in the universe, to manifest in, we have to make space. But it does help if you take something of your own that is important for you. Now, you are not getting rid of this forever, right? I personally find that these jar spells usually last anywhere from a month to over a month, okay? Sometimes a few months, just depending on how much energy you're putting into it, and you can continue to put your energy into it, and I will tell you how to do that as well. But for this purpose, I am going to be adding a scrunchie and a piece of hair, which is another thing that I'd recommend that you do, to really use a piece of your own hair to put in the jar as well. Another great thing to add are stones, crystals that really represent confidence to you. So for me, that is rose quartz. We also have desert rose here and hellite, okay? So these are the 3 crystals I am going to be using in my own jar, but if you have a few crystals that you want to use in your own jar, that is fine too. They shouldn't get ruined. Mine have never gotten ruined. Now, something else that you can add are other items that stand for beauty and confidence to you. So that is why I'm adding my scrunchie, because it is something that I associate with beauty. If you have a certain necklace that you always wear, it's not going to kill you to go without it for a month, you know? Or if you have a certain ring that you wear a lot, like just something that you associate with beauty and confidence. The more stuff that is associated with the same thing, and also the more of the same color you're putting in there, like rose petals, cinnamon, you know, the red candle, the pink rose quartz, like we're all working with these red, pinkish, brownish colors that are all going to coordinate together to make that energy even stronger, okay? And the last thing, now, you do not have to do this if you want, but this is what I do, and this is what personally makes my ritual and my jar spell, which this is one of my old ones that needs to be redone, but this is the last one that I did. But this is what usually makes this shit like, what makes this so even more powerful? This is what gives life, okay? And that's why I said feminine energy is very important. That is what we are working with here. Feminine energy creates, feminine energy gives life, okay? So this is what can completely take your jar and take your confidence, take your spell to a whole nother level. And this is where we get into the topic of sex, okay? So yes, this can involve sex magic. There's nothing wrong with sex magic. As long as you are not doing this to fuck with someone else and their feelings and their path, which is dark magic, by the way, for those people out there that, you know, think that they're all love and light, but yet they're doing things out of fear. Basically, as long as you're not doing this to manipulate someone else's energy, which will backfire on you, okay? It does. This is completely 100% for yourself, okay? That is what this spell is supposed to be for. But what can really give your spell life and take your ritual to the whole next level and make this jar so damn powerful? I can literally still feel the energy on this, and I haven't added anything else to it for months now. So what can really take this to the next level and really give your jar life is to have some kind of release, some kind of orgasm. So whether you do it yourself, whether you do it with your significant other, your neighbor, your boyfriend, your best friend's brother, girl, I don't really care. But that is what can take this to a whole nother level. And how do you do that? You take your jar. I cannot believe I'm posting this on YouTube, but we're doing it, girl. We are doing it. But what you do is after you are done making up your jar, okay, if you're going to do it yourself, you can do it, you know, get yourself there, and right as you're getting ready to go and have an orgasm, you want to focus all of your energy onto your jar, okay? It's really not that hard. I know it kind of sounds hard, but you need to make sure like it's coming no matter what, and then boom, focus your energy. Or maybe I can just do it because I'm an Aquarian moon and I'm super freaking detached. Basically, you focus all of your energy into your jar. Like this is your baby for the next month at least, okay? Depending on how much you want to keep up with it, how much you want to leave your shit in there. But this is your baby. And another thing is you can't do this out of need, you guys. Like you cannot do this out of like, I need to be sexy now. You know what I mean? You have to already have like somewhat worked through why you don't think you're sexy, because what this will do is the reasons that you don't think you're sexy, it will bring those up in order to make space for you to start feeling sexy, okay? For you to start feeling confident, for you to face those things in order for you to start feeling confident. But if you've already went through a major cleansing out of your life and you're at the point where you're like, fuck it, let's try it. You know what I mean? I'm okay, but I don't mind to try it. This is when it's like freaking perfect. I'm kind of at that point. I'm just like, fuck it. Like I loved doing this the first time. It was such a fun ritual and it was such just a fun spell to do, and I felt the energy from it for so long, and it helped me through a pretty hard fucking time. And so that is why I wanted to tell you guys about it, because it's literally my favorite. It's like my baby. So anyways, whether you're doing it with another person or doing it with yourself, whatever the case may be, you just want to focus all that energy in there. And then even when you're done, if you want to like take some of the fluid, put it around the jar, or if you want to open it. But here's the thing, I normally don't like to open it because I like to leave the energy sealed, okay? So just focusing my energy on the jar, that is what really does it for me. Or if you want to do it before you seal it, that's fine. But once it's sealed, I leave it sealed. And then I come to it because this is like your baby. This is like you and your confidence inside of a jar. That's how you want to think about it. This is your feminine creation, okay? This is your little baby. Like I slept with mine right next to my bed every night. In the morning, I would look at it first thing and I would just I would just get filled with like confidence and like I got this, you know what I mean? And it's not like a cocky, egotistical confidence. It's just like, I know myself, like I know who I am, and I feel just sexy, you know what I mean? So it's just like a boost, you know what I mean? But a powerful boost that you will notice if you put your time and energy into this, okay? That is the main thing. You have to put your time and energy into it. If you don't, then you're just gonna have a jar full of a bunch of fucking herbs, you know what I mean? And it's not like faking it till you make it either. It's not just imagining that you're confident when really you feel like shit. Like, that's not what this is at all. This is for helping to bring those more confident areas out of you, you know what I mean? Helping you to notice your worth more. And just the ritual itself is all about self-care. So this is great for self-care as well. Anyway, so once you activate it, if you use the sex magic, which I would honestly suggest you do on the night of the full moon. The closer to the full moon, the better. That's when you really want to like bring it to life. So the ritual part, this is how you do the ritual part. So your energy must be cleared. So you want to take sage, Palo Santo, whatever cleansing mechanism that you prefer, and you want to just sage yourself, all behind yourself, whatever area you're going to be working in. So I personally have like an altar desk where I do all of my manifesting and rituals at. So you just want to sage the whole space. You want to sage the inside of the jar. You just want to strip all the energy off everything that's already there, because you're going to be putting your own energy into it, which makes it more powerful. You want to strip your stones, sage the rose petals that you're going to put in there. Also, another good thing that you can put in there is cards. Okay, so if you have a particular goddess, Aphrodite is a good one, Lilith, Shakti, those are all great goddesses too. Lilith is a little bit more destructive, okay, but if you're really trying to get like more of like the dark sexy level, then you can go with Lilith, but I have her here. So you can work with tarot cards, you can work with the Empress card, you can put the Empress card or a goddess card in your jar. You can call in certain goddesses while you're doing this, or just one goddess. Like if you just want to work with one goddess, it's completely up to you. You want to add your own spin on it, like I said. Yeah, sage everything to cleanse. Make sure your energy is cleared. Another way to make sure your own energy is cleared is by taking an Epsom salt bath and Himalayan Epsom salts and just really cleansing your energy. You can also put some herbs in there, some essential oils in there, and really just like while you're in the bath, like this is what I did. Like I literally just got out of the bath before filming this. So while you're in the bath, you want to sit up and you really want to rub. Also rose petals in the bath, good idea. But you really want to rub, like just really clean your whole body, exfoliate even if you can. This is the self-care part. And while you're cleaning your whole body, you really want to feel on your body. You really want to like really take the time to feel your body, feel your curves, or if you're like me, you're anti-curves. Like make sure that your body is clean, make sure that your hands are clean before doing this ritual. Yeah, like because if you're working with like Venus or Aphrodite, like they don't like messes, you know, like they're the goddess of beauty. So you need to make sure that you are clean. This is another way of creating space, because it's almost like when you exfoliate your skin, you're making space for new skin to grow. And so that's why that part of it can be very beneficial and very symbolic to add to your own ritual. So then once you are clean and you get out of the bath, you want to light all of your candles, you want to sit at your altar, okay? And another thing that's good with this jar, out of everything that I've mentioned, all 4 elements have been mentioned, which are water, fire, earth, and air, okay? I forgot to mention. Dragon's blood incense is what I'm going to be using. Dragon's blood is great for attraction. If for some reason you don't have this kind of incense, you can still just use sage or whatever kind of incense that you desire. So while you're sitting there, you really want to make sure you're like in a calm state, that you are clean, like I said, that everything's cleansed, that you've cleansed the inside of the jar, that you've cleansed everything you're gonna put in the jar. You don't necessarily have to cleanse like your scrunchie and your piece of hair, you know what I mean? Like, because that already has your energy on it. What you're gonna do with the piece of paper and the pen is you are going to write. So what I normally do is write like in 3s, okay? So I'll write like, I am confident 3 times, and then I'll write like, I am sexy 3 times, and then I'll write like I am attractive 3 times, and then I will fold it up towards me and put it in the jar as well. You want to write kind of more than once what you want or what you're attracting, because that will just kind of help amplify it. So what I tell my Patreon members is, so you want to sit there with kind of like your hands like this, okay, and really focus your energy, all of your energy into your hands, okay? And you'll start feeling them get hot. And if you're having trouble doing this or having trouble feeling the heat in your hands, you can start rubbing your hands together to activate that energy, okay? And this is kind of what you learn in Reiki. And to how to know if this is really happening, really focus all of your energy coming into your hands and blowing out your hands, and do it as long as you have to. And then feel like, don't put your hand on your face, just put it near your face, and you'll feel heat coming off of your hands, okay? So you want to take each item, okay, put it into your hands and focus your energy, imprint that item with your energy by literally focus on sending your energy into that item, okay? One by one. Rose petals, put them in your hand, and after you do each one, you put it in the jar. So once you do all that, like I said, you can use the moon and your bodily fluids to give life to the jar, but just remember, this is your jar baby, okay? This is your jar baby. You want to put as much of you as you can into her. After you put everything in, what I normally do is, one last time I put my hand over the jar completely and just like literally push as much as my energy into this jar as I possibly can, and just focus on confidence, sexiness, sexuality, sex appeal, desire, like all of that stuff I force into the jar, which really just activates it that much more. So, and then after you're done, if you just have a tea light candle, you can put your tea light candle either in the jar and light it, or on top of the jar once it's sealed and light it. And if you want to let it burn all the way out, you can. If not, that's fine. But yeah, it's basically up to you. What is up, you guys? Editing me here really quick. I just wanted to give you guys kind of like the easy, no BS versions of the order that I do this spell and ritual in case it was confusing or it wasn't very clear to you. I'm editing it and I'm like, well, I wasn't really clear in like the step-by-step linear fashion. So hopefully this little picture right here helped you. Basically, step 1, you want to just kind of pick out the items that you need. Very easy, very simple. Don't do anything with them yet. Just kind of get them ready and put them in the spot that you're going to be working in. Step 2, take your sensual bath with rose petals, Epsom salts, or just whatever, and really focus on your intention for this spell and ritual. Then step 3, you're going to sage the place that you're going to be working in, the items you're going to be working with, and yourself. Then step 4 is when you basically get the jar ready, you take each item and focus your energy and intention into each item like I showed you in the video and in the jar once you put everything in the jar. And once I put everything in the jar myself, that's when I usually write out the paper that I showed you guys, and I will throw that in the jar as well. And then I will put like a candle either inside of the jar or on top of the jar once I sealed it. But like I said, once I seal it, I usually don't open it again. So then once I've sealed it, I normally set it on my nightstand. So if you're going to be doing that, or if you want to wait a day, if you want to do it on the full moon, because I'm posting this a day before the full moon, however you want to do it, but basically once it's sealed, sometime after it's sealed is when I do the orgasm. And then if I can, I will put it out in the moonlight as well to even activate it more. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a clearer version because I didn't think I was very clear in giving you kind of like the step-by-step process because I kept getting off topic. So sorry about that. Hopefully this is a little bit clearer for you. If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead. Also, and I know I've already stressed this, but I can't stress this enough, you can change, rearrange, remove, whatever you want to do, any of these steps, do it in the order that you feel like you should do it in, that makes the most sense to you. You want to put your own energetic spin on it. That is like the most important thing. So yeah. Also, I want to talk about how to continue to keep up with the jar because I completely forgot to come back to that in this video. So basically what I normally do is like times when I'm feeling very confident and I'm feeling the power of the jar,
and all of that, I will take the jar and just focus that energy back into it to give it more power and to give it thanks. And I will talk to it at times, like tell it it's beautiful, tell it that I love it, because that jar is you. So you're telling that to you. And then also every once in a while, every week or 2 weeks, I will basically do the sex magic again to activate it even more. So that's how you can keep up with it. This is obviously optional. I find that without keeping up with it, it usually lasts around a month, but when I keep up with it, I can make it last even longer and make it even more powerful and make it even stronger. Okay, so it's just completely up to you how you want to keep up with it, or if you want to keep up with it. Yeah, so
hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Definitely let me know down below what you guys thought of this video. If you guys are going to try this out, and if you do try it out, like I said, definitely tag me on social media, send me pictures, send me DMs, tag me on your stories. I can't wait to see what my weirdo fam does with this, because I just feel like there's so much more that you could do, but these are just all the things that I've personally came up with. So definitely let me know if you think of anything else, or if you do anything else, and let me know if you're going to try it down below. This is basically a jar ritual to boost your confidence, or to like enhance your feminine sexuality, or to enhance your feminine energy, to enhance the goddess within. Okay, and it works wonders, and I really cannot wait. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. Definitely let me know what you guys think down below. I love you, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.